Season 2 patch notes are here. What do you want to know? Global, welcome to Season 2. Now, we've got the new Resurgence map, Ashika Island. We've got the Path of the Ronin challenges, very much like Warzone 1 challenges every season. We've also got the new Ronin operators, and we've got new watercraft vehicles, being jet skis. Spoilers, they don't control like jet skis, they're slow as fuck. We've got the new weapons, ISO Hemlock Assault Rifle, the KV Broadside Shotgun, which is part of the cast-off weapon class. We've got the dual Kadachis melee weapons, and the crossbow. The M13 has increased damage range at mid-range, and Cast-Off has got a reduction in its range. And to all the people who love running the RPK as a main, me included, we've got reduction to aim down sight movement speed, reduced mid and long range damage, reduced damage ranges, and small increase to ADS time. So probably not going to be the meta anymore. If I was to guess what would be the new meta, it's probably going to be the Seiken and the Lockman sub. Fennec 45 decreased damage overall, decreased headshot damage, added minimum damage against armor. Signal 50 reduced sprint out speed, reduced movement speed, reduced long range damage, and small decrease to bullet velocity. So there's the new personal watercraft, that's them here. It is audio adjustments and audio bug fixes, and we've got social stuff here, so they've added a wide range of usability improvements across the social screens, so the menus will actually work properly for when you're trying to find a recent player and bits and pieces like that. And you can even search, which is quite nice. Scrolling through here, there's a bunch of UI and UX improvements and UI and UX bug fixes, global bug fixes, and one thing that I've found is that they've finally given us Warzone 2 stats, which is nice, except for my 82 wins previously from Season 1 completely gone, and now I'm back to 0, well, 1, including today's win on Ashika Island. There's a bunch of multiplayer changes. I'm not going to go over those today. Like we all know, we've seen it from the trailers. Here's the new map, the new island, Resurgence. It plays a lot like the original Resurgences. Map updates for Al Mazrah. So now we've got the downed aircraft at SANTZxx Caves, which is very reminiscent of the old map from the original Modern Warfare 2 Afghan. Gulag map has now been updated to suit 1v1 combat in Season 2. So no more 2v2 team up. You can now do private matches, private Warzone matches. So for all maps and all modes, we've got the counter UAV, the new kill streak. It's a defensive kill streak that deploys as an autonomous UAV to target an area and jams the enemy radar minimap as well as their HUD. So it doesn't follow you around like your standard UAV. It's right where you plant it. We also have redeploy packs. So this new tactical equipment will give players another shot at a victory. They can be found in ground loot on some buy stations and are guaranteed from completing the strongholds and black site missions. So if you're like me, and you like to do the strongholds and get your loadouts, then you're also going to be able to get a free redeploy. All players will now have a 3-plate vest at all times. Players will also spawn with a different number of equipped armor plates depending on the following. As in your infill deployment, players will deploy with 2 plates, Gulag redeployment, players will redeploy with 3 plates, and Resurgence redeployment, you'll get 2 plates. Perk packages are now able to be customizable by station. So there's a few changes here. Spawn locations have been adjusted, which is good. All spawn locations will be static across each map. Loadout drop markers now have an unlimited stock at all buy stations, and prices have been reduced, which is good. Prices will scale to the squad sizes. So in solos, it's only going to cost you $8,000 for a loadout. I think that's dirt cheap, and they're probably going to increase that after a while. Duos $12,000, that's pretty good. I think that's fair. Trios 16, yeah, not bad. And quads, which is the beauty one here, $20,000. Beautiful. I like that. It's cheaper than what we were running at trios before, which was $24,000. So excellent news there. Strongholds and black sites are now a primary way to earn a redeploy pack. I've just discussed that. AI combatants damage has been decreased, so they're not going to punch as hard, but they have added a new stronghold AI called the Rusher, who will rush you with melee options and potentially shotgun. Could be wrong, don't quote me on that. Backpacks and inventory. Loot will now drop out of all containers in the world, similar to the loot supply drops. So eliminated players will drop loot onto the ground rather than loot-filled backpacks. So kind of like Warzone 1, where you die and you just vomit all your inventory onto the ground. Loot vomit. Yeah? To better define each player's role within the match, medium and large backpacks will no longer be found in the environment, and every player will have the same small backpack throughout the entire game. When players expand an item in their active loadout, stored items from the backpack will no longer fill that slot. The only two items that will still automatically populate the loadout from the backpacks are armor plates and ammunition. A second loadout drop public event has been added, which means that drops will now happen on the first and fifth circles. Spawn protection protects the player when they are between 64 to 19 meters off the ground. We're now doing 1v1s in the Gulag. Flag control has replaced the jailer as the overtime mechanic. Player loadouts will change as circles progress and can include either assault rifles, submachine guns, light machine guns as primary weapons. Handguns will remain available as secondary weapons, and snapshot grenades as tactical equipment. Shotguns have been removed. Cash will not spawn as ground loot. Pre-match loadout selection. Now able to select and edit the loadouts in pre-match lobbies. Plating improvements. Global plating animation speed increased by approximately 25%. Movement speed increased while plating. Players can now sprint while plating. Players can now bust through doors while plating. Ping visibility. Each squad member will now have a unique colour highlighting their name and pings. That's good. The reveal mechanic has been changed from an orange outline to a red marker to remain consistent with similar mechanics for interrogation. They've brought back the play again option when your game finishes, and a whole lot of bug fixes here. So you can go to callofduty.com and read through this yourself. This was just a quick rundown of what you can expect in the new season and the sort of main important bits that I wanted to get across in this video. So please don't forget, if you like this video or if it was helpful at all, please give it a like, a thumbs up, and maybe subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.
And remember, be nice.